Okay, and we're back with G-string.
You'll notice all the lightsabers in the audience.
Yes.
And Nick on stage once again.
Woo!
Yeah.
You have a lot of hair, Nick.
I did have a lot of hair, didn't I?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think everyone did. It was that kind of time.
Happens. Yeah, you go for a few weeks without getting a haircut and it happens.
Yeah, I have this thing of not shaving or getting a haircut at all throughout the review experience. So...
You'll also notice in the background the arms that are hanging from the ceiling.
Well, now you won't.
But they're awesome.
Made by Tom Petty once again.
So, Nick, set this up. What was G-string all about?
G-string was all about doing awesome stuff that we'd never done before. So you've got these glow sticks, you're pointing your camera at them, you're picking up the colour and playing the game with it. And we were really worried that it wouldn't work, but it did, and this was awesome. I think we worked out it's the most expensive
review sketch ever.
Yeah.
I can't remember what kind of money it was, but it was something like $160 a minute or something.
It was a lot of money, but it was totally worth it. Check it out.
Everyone's having a blast.
Yeah.
The idea originally came from Anu, I believe.
I think it was Alex North's idea at the beginning.
Alex North, and Anu looked into it very heavily and
wrote all the vision code, and it was a hard one to be on stage for because people didn't want to work off their own bat, but I have nothing really more to say other than play the game.
And a lot of people had trouble believing the reality of the game.
Yeah.
I think one time, someone in the audience came up on stage and put his glow stick directly in front of the camera that was picking up the sensing.
That was a Google
color.
engineer, actually.
Yeah.
Tough effort to you. The best part about that, apart from me having to physically push him off stage, was that he moved the camera so it wasn't pointing at the audience anymore.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was a fun next minute or so. We had a lot of people just doing weird things that we hadn't entirely factored in, and we expected people to be weird about it. But yeah, I had people throw glow sticks onto stage on a couple of the nights. Why would you do that? What the hell?
I don't know.
But people got into it, and I remember being backstage every night, and it was always sort of, will it work, will it not work? And every time it did, just everyone backstage got a huge buzz out of it, as much as the people in the audience did, I think. So. Yeah,
well, there was that one night where, for one reason or another, it didn't work, and that sort of that was well covered by the guys backstage, though.
Anu was the backup guy, controlling the fail-safe controls in case it did fail, which it did that time. It was pretty hard because he was getting directions from the crowd and from Nick, but in a lag, so that the crowd could sort of tell that it was actually fake.
Yeah, I think Ben up the back on the desk was just sort of relaying what everyone was doing.
Right.
Over cans, and then Anu just had to go for it. So that must have been really hard. Big ups to Anu and for Oleg for doing the game as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And for Tech for having faith in us with it as well.
And also for building all of the paddles.
Front of house had a lot of fun with it as well. So.
Yeah.
Horny. What I am right now.
It's alright, Tux. Yeah. I remember we chose this song before we had any words at all. And Liz had a crack, and Lockie had a crack, and a bunch of people had a crack, and then in the end, I just ended up writing this entirely new version of it in the car while Mark was driving somewhere, and I was
camp, I think.
No, it was way after that, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was quite late.
Yeah.
It was during cast, probably.
It was definitely during cast.
Yeah.
This is a really cool dance by Megan, so...
her first effort at choreographing, and very good job.
Yeah.
And the costumes. Whew. Whew. Look at Jeb.
I know.
And the girls, they're okay.
Yeah, but look at Jeb.
Indy's got a huge stage presence for such a small girl. Like, it was just amazing how much she stands out in this and how big she can be.
Yeah. Her vocal audition was quite a standout. And Jess as well does a really good job.
And look at Jeb. Jeb did a really good job of this. Like, he's front and center for a lot of the dance.
And he actually had a sore ankle for a while during cast.
Yeah.
But he managed to still keep practicing as well.
I think he put more effort than just about anyone into the dances as well. He came such a long way.
Check out a nerd.
Those guys, so nerdy, but so adept at dancing. It just doesn't make sense. I'm baffled.
It's a paradox.
But yeah, this song is just a great choice for a song. Little did we know that it actually had been done in a review. I think a Med review, like 5 or 6 years prior to our show. We only found that out in Tech Viewing 2, I think. By which stage it was obviously too late to change.
Plus, it's before our time as well.
And it's before our time anyway, so we don't really care.
No,
we like it. I think it works well for us regardless of even if it had been done last year. So.
I love how they've got the shirts tucked through the zip of the pants. That's pretty awesome.
Bit embarrassing as well. 7 guys doing that simultaneously.
What are the odds?
Yeah. You'd think that it was some kind of stereotype.
No. I also love how they have mice as props. That was a cool idea. There was originally more plans to like swing them around and stuff, but that could get really dangerous.
Yeah.
Beautiful lighting fade out there. Like a gradual step down in lighting for the end of the song.
Very special appearance about to come up from one of our favourite cast members.
Definitely Dave's favourite cast member.
Well, he had a thing for a little while, so...
You know.
But this was always a complicated change for the VOs and for the cast of this sketch because Indy was in the dance as the lead singer just before. And the sketch immediately after this had Jeb and Quaz and Jess, all of which who were in the dance as well. So lots of changes going on backstage while the sketch was going on as well. And you can see also like remnants of the haze from the dance before on stage in the sketch.
It's quite funny if you think about it because the first line is, "Well, honey, that smells great," and there's all this smoke coming through.
Unintentional joke. I loved it. This was another one by Liam, which was held over from last year, which I think we read and we just went, "Wow, that's awesome! We get to have a blow-up doll on stage."
Her name is Squishy McTitsface, I believe.
It's a very old family, the McTitsfaces.
Originally, it was a mannequin, I believe, but we changed it to a blow-up doll. I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was a mannequin.
Oh, cool.
And there are a lot more sketches about sort of posing in the same sort of thing.
Okay.
Jeeves and this doll just got on like a house on fire.
I know.
As did we all.
With the doll from time to time when we needed to take out our aggression on things. But as you can see, he's having a lot of fun with... a lot of unscripted fun with the doll.
We usually tried to script their fun, but that just got awkward for all concerned. It's just incredible how much stage presence he has acting against a blow-up doll.
He pulls off the character brilliantly, and also Eric and Indy do well to play the characters, who obviously...
compose themselves and be straight against a character that's as big as Jeeves and a blow-up doll that's giving a faultless performance. So.
I think Eric in particular is really awesome in this sketch because he's taken with the blow-up doll the entire time, but he's not playing to it, so it's really, really good one by him.
That was ad-libbed by Jeeves from the very beginning, and I didn't actually notice Eric doing that, but that was awesome.
You can see remnants of Eric's forehead slightly. He had a bit of an accident during cast. I think we're the only review in which 3 people were concussed.
It's
during rehearsals, but it's a record that I think we hold proudly.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
It shows that we had a lot of fun.
And head trauma.
Who was the third?
It was Tiff,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was another one.
Might have been Eric twice.
It's quite possible.
Eric was quite accident prone,
Poor Eric.
but we loved him. Or I loved him.
Intimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Jeeves put this part in as well.
Yeah.
His makeup actually looks like he's of Egyptian descent for some reason. I never quite understood that.
Really?
But,
I think part of that's the beard.
yeah. But it's also the eyes, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had the cat eye thing going with the little tail trailing off at
Yeah.
the end.
Mm.
Oh, Jeeves.
Eric doing well
Yeah.
as well there.
Jeeves is just so good at pulling the laughs and knowing exactly when to stop and when to keep going to draw out the humour in the
Yeah.
sketch. It's really, really good.
Man, Squishy was the best to have around.
Hmm.
Like, it was always the one person in cast you knew you could always talk to. Not the...
She was always listening. She didn't say much.
Good listener, Squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good sketch. I mean, that was always one of the sketches we were very, very keen on the whole time.
And always went down pretty well.
Yeah, it went down well every single night.
Yeah. Jokes about emos. I love them so much.
You couldn't not really have enough.
Jokes about emos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I often thought that.
Another one of the highly popular sketches, Dial an Art Student.
This was actually written by myself and fellow exec members on the traditional exec road trip we had soon after we were, at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
just to kind of have a bonding experience. And it was actually, I'm surprised it actually, lasted and people enjoyed it because we were quite drunk when we wrote it.
We sure were. And Robin had pulled out some of the kava.
That's right.
Like some Fijian thing that
Yeah.
makes your mouth numb and
That was
it tastes
very
like
strange.
dirt.
Yeah, it was kind of like mixing dirt and milk
Yeah.
and drinking it. It was just strange. Yeah, but this sketch was one of the more popular ones as well.
Yeah, I think it was because it was one of the sketches that had a sort of strong ending, as opposed to because a lot of sketches are really built around setup and like it's a funny situation, whereas this is more it had a strong ending.
The interaction between Jess and Jeb and the other characters in this is really good. There's it's very distinct differences between all the characters, but Jess and Jeb are both very, very convincing art students, and it sounds like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. On the other hand, Derek does a really good not knowing what he's talking about too.
Yeah.
Like that was always the highlight for me.
And that line, I think what Robin's trying to say is actually lifted from 2005 show when Robin was directing, and Matt would often say, I think what Robin's trying to say is...
We had this race at the beginning of cast to be the first one to get the opportunity to say, I think what Tokes is trying to say, or I think what Nick's trying to say, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Nick won.
I won. That's right.
He has a trophy displayed in his cabinet.
In my what?
Cabinet.
Oh, I thought you said habitat.
What is in your habitat? It's not in my habitat.
It's got a special climate and everything.
Dank.
And you've got the clever twist here, where Jess is obviously annoyed with all the jargon speak, but then she's just inundated with it from Derek's sudden revelation of geekiness. Using a bit of pirate in there and a bit of pure orange as well.
Stringing together words that actually don't make sense.
Yeah.
We like our buzzwords here in CSE Revue.
You know, the Pearl subroutines are my favourite.
That's actually Dave Loxton in the background doing the voice rather than the VOs.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to rehearse that because it was really important to get it right.
Mm.
And the
He has this radio voice that he turns on every time he has a microphone in his hands as well.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dial an Art Student.
I'm speaking very deeply. So, let's go.
Oh, it's Nick again. In his Le Savvy Fav t-shirt.
Yes.
And a broken heart. Aww.
Broken heart.
Oh. It actually does look quite geeky in the end, so it did fit the sketch quite well.
All my clothes are geeky.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can't really put my finger on it.
So this is one Nick wrote. It's a math poem to an unrequited love.
You do have a lot of hair, Nick.
Yes, I know. It's a lot. I think the beard is really overdoing it quite a lot. I had no idea this would get any kind of reception at all. This was just sort of a 20-minute job, waiting for my meal at a Porto's after a movie one night. I actually had to call someone up and ask them for a complicated expression of evaluating to 1. And it was just sort of lucky that it fit in with
the rhyme scheme.
the rhyme scheme.
So the E to the 2 pi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you playing at home.
Yeah.
But any funny stories about people who you conducted the poem to on the show notes?
No. See, what would usually happen is when I went out, if they were still around, they'd sort of stare at me and I'd say hi and they'd just and walk away. So, which sucked because Dave was all like, hey, you're totally going to pick up with that. I didn't pick up. Dave.
You didn't deliver it properly.
Clearly not.
Maybe
E
if
to
you
the 2
shaved.
I pi. And
I actually did that one
Did it work?
with a wink. No, it was to Indy's friend.
And
It's Tokes.
the brilliant addition of Justin in that sketch made it all the more better. Okay, so Oblivious Co-Workers. Yes, that's me on a wheelchair. I'm not actually crippled.
Tokes
yet.
wrote this one a while ago, was it? You wrote it before last year.
Yeah, I wrote it for the previous year's show. Didn't get in. And we brought it back and try to make it more snappy and
It's our only kind of offensive sketch in any kind of way.
Yeah, sure is.
well, yeah, except for the one that pays out gay people.
Yeah.
But I mean, outright sort of offensive. Like people might.
It's not trying to be subtle.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't know if I actually play a convincing cripple. I'm sure I move my legs at some point.
Yeah, look. Suspension of disbelief. I think it's alright. You're not moving your legs there, not at all.
Well, all cripples move their legs. They're just faking it.
Yeah. For the disability permit. Tokes actually got a disability permit while performing this role.
My mom actually has one, and I think she got it from my granddad, but she uses it for herself to like get free parking in Bondi Junction when she doesn't want to pay for parking. Hi, Mom.
Wow. That's corrupt.
Yeah, let's not give this DVD to anyone that studies law
Or as a police
or
officer.
is a police officer.
Jeb and Maggie both put in awesome performances in this sketch. They pretty much picked their characters naturally on like the first couple of readings. Jeb plays the office asshole so well. It's really hard to tell whether he's acting or whether he's just being himself.
Not that Jeb's an asshole or anything.
No, he often plays that way to people because he knows it's funny. And Maggie, that laugh.
I know. Whenever she does that laugh a lot, whenever I hear it now, it makes me really suspicious.
This was actually written before I realised Maggie was going to be the character, so Maggie's not actually a lesbian.
No, she's a man, remember?
That's right, that's right.
A man's being.
And here comes Kel, the office bitch, who has all the goss on everybody.
Yes.
This sketch went through a few rewritings as well, I believe.
Well, all of them went through a lot of rewritings. Sort of got into the habit of writing.
Kel was a fantastic addition to cast for us.
Yeah.
It's good to have her both as a choreographer and as a cast member, but she just always sort of, I don't know, always lifted the spirits in cast whenever anything wasn't happy and fantastic on stage.
She's got boundless energy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hi, Kel.
like,
Hello!
she'd go to work and then she'd come to cast and then she'd be moving faster than the people who had just woken up and had coffee. Like, it was incredible to see. It was fantastic to have her in the
Making no effort to lower her volume whilst, blatantly making fun of my disability and mocking me. and as a slight little racist joke gets in there, unnoticed by
A lot of
critiquers.
A lot of it was ad-libbed by Jeb, I believe, once he was cast in the role.
Yeah.
Well, he got into the character really well, so I mean, it was easy for him to just talk as that character. And because he's a funny guy, the stuff he was saying was funny. So, I mean, that worked out really well.
Talking about sex.
There's actually initially some worries that the actor that would play the role of Alex, the guy in the wheelchair, would have problems projecting to the audience because he was down on the floor the whole time. But it wasn't an issue since I had much experience screaming on stage in previous reviews. Now, the ending of the sketch was quite a difficult thing to come about in rehearsal because we knew that there was something lacking. And then Jeeves and Jeb worked on it so hard and they ended up getting this thing that worked, I think, really well with the audience.
On about the fourth night, I think it came into play.
Yeah.
But
it
works. Jeeves and Jeb, both fantastic actors, they can adapt easily to sort of new scripts and things, changes that are made last minute, and Jeeves added this accent and they both learnt their lines very quickly.
I went on stage not knowing what to expect, what Jeeves would do, and it ended up coming off just fine. The patented me screaming as lights go down.
Yes.
Damn you, Kenya!
Oh, yes.
This was really cool. Like, everyone involved in this, just big ups.
It's another one of the early sort of sketches.
It wasn't that early. It came out in Super Scripts, actually. It was Zach's.
Yeah, it was Zach's script.
He actually he linked the Fresh Prince theme along with it in case people hadn't seen Fresh Prince, which was a bit presumptuous, I thought.
Was it Serious Scripts? I thought it was well before that. I thought it was...
No, it was like May. So,
yeah, about then.
It was yeah. And then Craig and Emma just went, wow, that's awesome, and put so much work into it.
Into the whole cutting of the Lord of the Rings footage to suit the lyrics. It's just brilliant. And Sam does a great job, especially considering the fact that when he was recording the video, he was quite sick at the time, and it was quite late as well. He still pulled off an awesome performance.
Yeah.
It's such a funny situation.
I don't think any of us knew how this would turn out in the video in the end, but it's. I think we were all pretty happy with it.
Yeah. We were kind of wondering at some point...
There's no complaints. Like, it's sort of just...
We were kind of wondering at some point that whether enough people would know the Fresh Prince theme to get it. Because it's quite a good parody of it.
I don't think it matters in the end. Like, even if you don't know the Fresh Prince, it's funny.
It'll do well on the internet one day. I'm sure of it.
And the title graphic by Jeffrey is awesome.
Very
Design
true to
master.
yeah, very true to the original graphic for Fresh Prince. Alright, what do we have? Oh, the bully. Oh, this is another harsh kind of sketch.
Written late in the piece by Tokes.
Yeah,
This is Tokes just venting about high school.
yeah. You'll notice the mention of Sydney Boys High. It's actually the school that all three of us went to. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact,
Come rally round.
boys, young and old.
Stop right there.
Yeah, look, I just wanted an excuse to have someone beat up on stage, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember reading this sketch and it said it had sort of remarks like breaks over. I can't remember. Is it Timmy Dickweed?
Yeah, that's right.
He
Eric
breaks
plays
baseball
Timmy
bat over the back of Timmy Dickweed. I just remember thinking, how the hell are tech going to do that? And
He ended up coming up with some kind of silver breadstick
Yeah.
that can be put back together.
I think they glued it back together every night.
Yeah.
But it was made out of balsa wood, so it wouldn't hurt Eric too badly.
Yeah.
it sure looked like it did, though.
Yeah.
Eric and Sam put a lot of practice in, and Eric, being accident prone,
Had the
was
fall down pat. Like it was
yeah.
just-
Method actor, that one.
This didn't actually happen to me. I actually played the part of the bully in high school. Believe it or not, I would often dunk people's heads into bins and toilets.
Yeah.
Then I got expelled because I was too hardcore. But then they took me back because I was so awesome. So that's my story.
Tokes' autobiography is coming out next year.
Yeah, would you like to apologise to any of these kiddies that you beat up in high school?
I apologize to the following people: Timmy Dickweed,
Eric.
Eric, and that's about it. Charm is awesome. She's so excited at the prospect of causing Eric more pain.
Yeah. Also, we had stunt pants. That's awesome.
Stunt underwear. Yeah.
Everyone should
Check
have
this out.
stunt underwear.
Oh yeah, kicking him when he's down.
We practiced for ages trying to get that kick down. Sam's actually hitting his leg as he goes through with his hand
Yeah,
to
yeah.
try and make some kind of noise.
I didn't notice it the first time I saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought Eric must have been clapping his hands, facing the other way or something.
We
Yeah.
try to evoke the sympathy card from the audience here, where everything goes wrong for Eric, and everyone's like, "Oh,"
Oh.
but then everything seemingly resolves in a nice way. But Sam's just a dickhead, and
Expectations are broken.
yeah,
And that, my friends, is comedy.
lesson for you kids out there.
Young kids these days.
if you listen closely, you can hear a bit of DJ Trevor in Sam's character.
Sam owns a lot of flannelette.
He
Just
does.
quietly.
I've actually noticed that before. It's a little interesting. But he is from Bathurst, so
He is?
he's from Bathurst.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And this is the sketch known as Boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
Nick and I wrote this one at this very place we are now, Nick's house, and I remember we were just going through old sort of world's worst, and it was world's worst thing to find in your bedroom, or world's worst thing to come out of the bed, and it was someone wrote the Boogie Woogie Man, and we liked it and turned it into a sketch.
It was originally a lot longer. Then we realized after running it that the funny was just so outrageous in the first third of the sketch that we didn't need to continue it. It was just all it needed to be right there. And Dave puts on such a spectacular performance with his flare pants making a return from 2004.
This sketch went horribly wrong one night as well, and big ups to Derek and Dave for just ad-libbing when the Terminator theme, for unknown reasons, played, and
Instead of Freak Out.
Freak Out.
They did so well that night, especially Derek. Like, he's such an old hand at this that he just knew exactly what to do. It's very cool.
But for about 30 seconds, it was painful to sit under that table and actually not knowing what was going to happen, because if I don't appear, there's no sketch, and
Alright, here we have Decaffeinator, another one that came from the summer scripts list. worked on initially by Nick, I think,
Yeah.
and then a few people had a stab at it. Who were they?
I don't.
Went through many hands, but I just want to
Mm.
say Dave stands out particularly in this one. Like handfuls and handfuls of lines that he had to learn and string together, and he enunciates and articulates in everything that we continually tell cast to do. So
Yeah. He's very good. He's also always moving in this sketch. If you'll notice,
Mm.
he's twitching around a lot.
Much like a coffee store vendor would if they drank lots of coffee all the time. Jeeves is a machine. Look at that. He's a cyborg. I know he is. I'm going to find out, Jeeves. I'm going to prove it to everybody.
take your black heart and cook it.
We wanted an actual slot machine as a prop on his chest, but Tech said no. So we had the roll instead.
What happened to my giant moving props, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they go?
That was meant to be a giant book. It's pretty big.
It's a pretty big manual.
I had visions of
like a
like a table-sized book that Dave picks up from somewhere and plonks on the floor.
yeah.
They rehearsed it that way.
We kept saying, no, it has to be bigger.
Sure.
Justin puts on a good performance here too, playing the aloof new guy who, for some reason, wears sunglasses indoors.
Yes.
There's a purpose for it. You'll see later on.
That's true.
Oh.
I
Don't
forgot
give
about
away
that.
all the-
I forgot
don't
about that.
Find about all the plot holes.
Yeah.
Nancy's played this character before in real life.
What? Person ordering coffee. Yes, I think she might have at some stage.
I think she did some method acting as well. I think she went down to the coffee on
Well,
campus and said, "Can I have a coffee, please?"
What I mean is that it's something that I can imagine Nancy actually doing. The way she talks to Coffee Boy.
It's true. She.
Jeez, is fantastic.
Coffee boy. The ending for this one was always a bit, what do we do with it? There's so many ways we wanted to take it. We wanted to end with it, Jeeves doing similar to what he's doing now.
This was the first version. This was the one in the original.
We weren't sure if it would work, but it did.
Yeah, like we thought, oh, maybe we should just make the whole thing self-destruct or bring back the original character. But with the music, it just all sort of fell together.
And the brilliant Terminator puns.
And the lights.
And the lighting
Yeah.
as well. Just, made it all come together.
That was one of the sketches that ended up surprising me quite a lot. I always sort of wasn't sure how it'd work out, but I mean, when you put those four people together with the Terminator theme, only good can come of it.
Our only pun sketch in the show, Sky High?
Our only real pun sketch.
Yeah.
Jeb and Dan took it all off one night as well.
Not for the audience, just for the cast.
It's a bit exciting for everyone.
They did a show as pilots. Kelly in that role, despite the fact of being only on stage for 3 seconds, just
Yes.
yeah.
She makes the sketch, I feel.
Once again, I don't think many other people could have played Jeb's character in this. He's just very deadpan and to the point, which is exactly what it needed.
And Dan, as a drug addict.
He's so expressive, like...
You'd think he might have taken drugs before.
No.
No.
Do you remember trying to source pilot hats for this, Nick?
Yes. That was a fun day. How
Yeah,
did we get them in the
I
end?
believe we ended up getting them on opening night because Piyush was shopping somewhere and found a shop that had pilot hats.
Yeah, it was just... They were always on our list of stuff to get, but we never actually managed to find them anywhere.
It's really lucky we got them in the end because I'm not sure it would have made sense without them.
Yeah, there were none in the clothing store. There were none in any of the shops in the eastern suburbs. So
Yeah, we called up some costume stores as well, and apparently pilot hats are not in anymore. Disappointing.
You got to end on
take that.
ridiculously harsh punchline. If anyone in the audience was a drug addict, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is cocktails.
Yeah. This also came out of a World's Worth of Scripts, and it was, I think, Dave Cox's idea originally.
It sure was.
Yeah. Glenn is the least believable barman ever.
Must be the bow tie.
Bow tie is very stylish, but I wouldn't necessarily.
It sure
It
is.
sure is. Oh,
And here we have band number.
Band number.
Oh yeah, makes me hard.
It does. It's a little disturbing, but
I'll put
You'll understand when you see it. See, that's hot already.
incorporating the X-Files theme.
yeah. Well, the first idea Mark had for the band number, I remember talking to him late one night after watching Undercover Brother. Was,
A classic movie that
a
everyone
classic
should
of our
watch.
time. Was that do the X-Files theme for about a minute and then just sag into Jungle Boogie.
That's right.
I'm totally glad they found this though.
And how good are the hazes at the bottom?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, guys can tell at home, but this particular scene was shot using live footage from the show as well as special footage taken before a show that was just of the band playing the number. And I believe that's the first time it's been done for a review DVD. And I'm quite happy that we did that because it's just made it look so much more professional.
Absolutely.
And given it the visuals it deserves because they just put on such a great performance.
Yeah.
How good are the glow sticks on the instruments too? Well, not in that scene, but like, you know, there are glow
In
sticks.
general,
Yeah, like
on
on
Baron's bass.
how hot does that look?
I remember that's James in the background there drumming away, and I remember speaking to him at the band intro night and asking him if he'd ever drummed before, and he was like, "Oh yeah, a little bit," but he obviously needs to talk himself up a lot more because he's fantastic.
I think after the show, his confidence has definitely been brought up quite a lot. So,
Yeah.
oh, look at that!
And he's had
That
so
was
much,
an awesome shot.
so much fun doing it as well. Like every night he'd be there rocking out.
Yes, he won the prize of person staying late at the bar, which, considering his continual rocking out, I find stunning. He's a trooper, no arguments about it.
Baron on the bass. I had some people come and see the show purely because they wanted to see a solo by Baron.
Yeah.
Were disappointed that they came on a night that he didn't do a solo.
He spent a long time trying to like work out how he could make a solo to top last year's and the year before's. And like he was really stressing about it and everyone's like, "No man, we just want to hear you play. You're awesome." So
And George, the sax player from nowhere, like
I'm sure he
just-
comes from somewhere.
No, his location on his birth certificate is unknown.
yeah.
He was just a master. It was great to have him in the band. And he also plays any instrument you give him fantastically. Here comes James, just going nuts.
Just on the keys.
You can notice like James like hitting his head with the sticks in the offbeats because he has to keep time.
Yeah.
So he hits his head instead of just like doing anything else. It's fucking awesome.
That is awesome. That's dedication.
I think he takes inspiration from the band that did this song originally called Dream Theater, because Mike Portnoy, the drummer, does that as well.
And you might not be able to see it. It's actually an electronic drum kit, which is the first in a review as well.
Crazy.
And here comes Mark's blistering solo.
Crazy solo.
Face melting.
It's basically just to mess with people who want to play Frets on Fire.
Because if you don't know already, this song will come out in the Frets on Fire version, and you will all play it, and it will be awesome.
Reminds me of that
check it out.
XKCD comic.
Yeah.
And they're going to play nice slow song and then rip it up for all these people playing Guitar Hero.
Man, we had an ex-KCD comic on the wall between the dressing rooms. The Hammer Slide one.
Yeah.
That was actually the first ex-KCD comic I saw, which I find awesome. Check out Liz on the Keys.
It's fantastic footage there, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was Funky filming up close.
Funky and Ben, I think.
And then change the patch mid-solo.
And the pitch wheel.
Yeah,
She got the pitch wheel, like, down.
A couple of bends in there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then it comes the breakdown. I was actually a bit apprehensive when Mark first told me that he wanted to do this song as the band number, because I'm like, you know, Dream Theater, they're pretty technical, and like, you know, maybe regular review goers won't appreciate the sheer technical awesomeness of the song. You know, because band numbers are just usually a bit of fun. But I totally take back that doubt, because it just worked so well for us in the end.
Blew us away.
Yeah.
And the band was so good that it was like they had no trouble with it.
Yeah.
And they kept it a secret from us for ages. I was under the impression that it was always going to be Jungle Boogie, and then
Really?
they pulled this out on us. Well, on me anyway.
Well, it's a tradition for the band to keep the band number secret from cast, at least, because it gives that extra surprise when they first rehearse with the band.
Yeah. Well, I remember we were keeping a secret from cast until probably 2 or 3 weeks into cast.
Dueling trumpets. Doesn't Ben, like, change from a trombone to a trumpet during
He
this
sure
song?
does.
He does, yeah.
That's just great.
It's fantastic.
We were
If there was footage of backstage, you'd see cast
Yeah.
Rocking
rushing
out.
along. There should be some somewhere.
Oh, George, come on.
Get amongst it.
This has been cut together brilliantly. And,
Throwing his sticks around. What a man. What a machine. What a master.
in this one, unfortunately, he didn't rip his shirt. But on the final night, James ripped his shirt, like, in the entrance of the breakdown, I think.
No, it was at the end, wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the entrance of the breakdown.
Okay.
Or, like, maybe after his solo or something. Which shows just how hardcore he is.
Oh,
but,
look
like,
at him go.
But, yeah. Fucking awesome job, guys.
Wow. That's crazy.
Big ups
So
to the band Substances.
Woo! Band.
Come back next year, please.
I would see them play at the Metro.
I love this. This was a Summer Scripts thing as well. We ended up just writing like 5 or 6 different cigarette ads. Sort of.
All with the same kind of punchline.
Yeah. Piyush's idea, I think.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
One stage it was a giant cigarette costume.
Couldn't pull that off.
Oh, this sketch. This was Calvin's.
Yeah.
Adapted. It was a video idea at first, but we
Adapted it to stage.
put it on stage and
This sketch, I always liked it, but I never really thought it would work that well on stage. And then the first time I saw these guys acting it out, it was like, wow, that's fantastic.
the characters and the amount of work they put into the sort of subtleties of the sketch.
Again, this is another one of those roles that Anne really loves to play. And of course, so do those 4 guys. Check out Dave.
I think Dave part-times as a leb in the western suburbs. Look at that outfit! You can't just buy that outfit and pretend to wear
I
it.
think it's a Bond singlet, Tokes.
And track pants, Puma track pants, man. Come on.
Tokes knows where it's at.
Tokes doesn't go shopping, his mum still buys all his clothes.
It's true, and I'm proud of that. Thanks, Mum.
Because you can't see the bottom of Anne's costume, she kept going out in increasingly weird things. Like some days she'd tape a panda to herself.
Yeah, she had many stuffed dolls have been where Anne's pants are meant to.
Yes. After a while, she just took to wearing the dance costume here because it's a quick change.
Yeah.
And so that was fine because you can't see her at all.
It's fun to watch the audience. You see some heads bopping up and down when they're laughing.
They do. The guys do a really good job of like keeping the beat going
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah.
whole thing, and volume changes and things like that. It's really dynamic. Imagine a kebab.
That was one of Anne's lines as well. I think.
Yeah, she
added
put that in. Yep. It used to be a lot longer, this sketch, and then we trimmed out all the fat and made it just pure gold.
I remember we briefly discussed how we would film it if it was a video.
We wanted to do it at Macca's.
Yeah.
Although we tried to do it after show one night. A bunch of us tried to go through the drive-through, but they stopped us. Which
I remember that.
is un-Australian.
They should be shot and or hanged.
Out of a cannon. Hanged out of a cannon.
Yeah, that was that punchline. By the way, I just love the sheer truth of it. You know, physics PhD students not being able to get a job anywhere but Macca's.
Yeah, and Joel, who was a physics honours student at the time, so wanted to be in that sketch due to the irony.
And he was. Oh, Clueface.
Marie.
Playing herself.
As a yellow shirt.
It was the yellow shirt sketch. All the critiquers came in, and when we got to discussing this one, it's a yellow shirt sketch.
Yeah, well,
Yellow shirt, Girl Scout selling cookies, whatever.
they're about the same thing in the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, what's all yellow shirts do? So
It's a scam.
This one was interesting. Getting the idea is obviously that Joel is hanging off the edge of a cliff, and he's trying to get Marie to help him get up. And we were always wondering how we were going to stage this, because you can't really have a cliff on stage. But tech came through.
Yeah. The original idea was we were going to try and have Joel hanging off the edge of stage.
Yeah.
But then we sort of thought about it for a while and realised no one would be able to see him unless you're in the front row. So that was sort of kind of a wash.
What was that face?
and Marie isn't unnecessarily had her hair done like Princess Leia. It does have a purpose. Not in this sketch though.
Oh,
Ryan likes it.
yes, yeah, that's actually our actual reason.
She does have it sort of done like Princess Leia, except you can see her ears.
Yeah.
Turn off in your... What the hell is Princess Leia anyway?
I love that.
That was all come up with by the actors, all the motions of trying to stop him from jumping more. That's just great.
It was so well downplayed.
Yeah, the fact that it's... I mean, it looked like it was going to be a thing where he tries to kill himself. Funny is that? And then she just sort of grabs him.
Tokes and Tiff. Another one of Lockie's sketches.
Yeah, a great one at that. Initially, I think there was some thing about like Jesus being the guy, and like he was arranging the stars for the girl, and the girl was unappreciative, but I think we cut that out.
Yeah, I think it was funnier without Jesus.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd say, because Jesus is a hilarious dude, but...
I remember seeing this performed for the first time in our script weekend,
Yeah.
and I think it was sold sort of instantly.
Yeah, well, we read the script and we're like, there's no jokes.
It doesn't
in the
make
script.
sense,
Yeah.
Tokes was the person that performed it and the first time as well.
Yeah.
I think you can just add an angry character to any sketch, and it'll pretty much always work, provided he delivers the anger correctly.
Of course. But anger is funny.
I think I actually have a text me badge on my shirt, which was not related to the show at all. I think Dave got those from somewhere.
Yeah, there was a poster sale down at the Roundhouse, and there were badges which coincidentally said, "Text me."
That was fantastic. We wore those for like 2 months before we told anyone the theme.
Yeah.
And it was like, so that's what those badges mean.
I'm like, no.
We just want SMSs from all of you.
Please, we're lonely.
And how good is ending a sketch in a fuck you?
It's almost as good as the ARG lights down.
And I think the fact that people knew that it was going to end like that made it even funnier.
Yeah. Oh.
The final video.
Final video.
There
Again
are
with the three hands.
I'd really never noticed that before now. That's awesome.
This is a lot of fun for cast to shoot as well. It was a good break from the typical rehearsal, and they just got kind of hang out on the library lawn.
For a long time.
Oh, it wasn't that long, this sketch, actually. It only took
Yeah.
a few hours one afternoon. Like, this part of it, anyway.
Yeah. Long enough for the sun to, for the sun's shadow. Sorry,
Yeah.
for the sun, shadows cast by the sun to move.
Like,
But how good are these Stargate effects? I mean, really.
I know. It's really cool. It's really cool that we got to use that sort of, like, joke that everyone knows
Yeah,
about.
everyone always talks about it, but we did it.
Yeah.
Here come Indy and Justin, the 2 aliens from planet Zargus. I think their likeness to Kang and Curtis from The Simpsons was highlighted by the fact that Craig referred to the characters as Kang and Curtis as he was directing them, despite the fact that they had actually different names. By the way, that heat image was Robin in a pure white outfit.
Which he just happened to be wearing. Man, we printed like 400 of those. I've still got like 100 in my room somewhere.
Indy in the background.
That's so nice.
Yeah, we tried for ages to sort of wonder how we'd be able to depict an alien campus, but
That worked out really well.
yeah.
That makeup job was also great. Big ups to Craig for finding some students from a makeup school who were
Yeah.
willing to do the makeup job for these videos for absolutely no money.
And thanks, Christina and Dana. Dana?
Dana,
For,
yeah.
Dana, for doing it, because it worked out so well.
Yeah.
There was talk of green paint at one stage. I think the silver worked for us.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it did.
I think the silver was better.
And the costumes made by Jane on fairly short notice as well.
And used again in the final dance, as you'll see. You can see a bit of Justin's track pants there, but, you know, it doesn't matter.
It's stylish layers.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like it, that the fact that the aliens are going on a road trip. And Sticky Pod! A camera attached to a car that's driving. That's just great. Great uplifting from Justin there.
This is actually Glenn getting to uni on a push bike,
But it looks like a motorbike.
which is cool.
Swapsies.
Oh,
That was
smooth.
yeah, it's very smooth. I think that outfit minus the leather jacket is Glenn's Target uniform.
This is very cool as well. Like that little screen in itself it just looks awesome, but the fact that they've managed to stick it in an ATM as well.
And the obligatory game ring reference. I love
This
Starcraft.
is made by Dan, actually,
Yeah, Dan did an awesome job.
which is really cool. Extras.
They did a good job. Like, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Jeb puts a nice cameo up ahead.
It took me days to read all of that stuff that comes down there.
I still don't know what
Yeah,
it
I've got
says.
no idea.
It's an interesting plan.
He's Jeb.
There's some good outtakes footage of Jeeves doing this as well. So check out
Checking
the
his watch.
outtakes.
And awesome puff of smoke there.
Yeah. The original plan was we wouldn't even show the thing exploding. We'd just have like an explosion off screen and people flying. But I like the way it was done in the end.
Another scene filmed in my house. Thanks to Dad for giving up the garage.
All good bombs involve Huggies and
Red
Red
Bull.
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 Yeah.
And martini shaker.
And some alligator clippers.
Very protective goggles as well.
Yeah.
This is a really cool looking bomb.
Yeah, they did a really awesome job with the bomb in the end. And to top it off, Pikachu. I think, didn't Craig buy that off eBay or something? Or
No, I
something
think
like
he
that.
found it at the end. Like, he was going to buy one, but he didn't need to. This is Maggie breaking the no review.
I love the eyebrows. That's just such a cheesy thing. This was filmed by Maggie driving behind my van and people sitting in the back of the van filming it. Oh, what a great cut. Seamless.
No, I think it was a better option than the original plan of E.T. flying across the moon, actually.
Yeah. And the uni's blown up.
Hooray!
No more uni. Woo. I mean, sad.
That's very sad. Through that whole Mission Impossible thing, we'd be waiting backstage to go on for the final dance, and Nancy and Jess would just do this dance around me, which was sort of cool, but I think it freaked out Tech just a little bit. Ardo was very vocal about it, but I enjoyed it, gotta say. I think the cool thing about this part is actually that because they've got the makeup on, it washed the silver paint off their hands and stuff. So the VFX guys had to manually desaturate their hands, which is cool.
And you've got the Planet of the Apes reference to title up there.
They actually went on a road trip to film that as well.
To a nudist beach.
It wasn't a nudist beach.
It was near a nudist beach. There may or may not have been nudists around.
That's a pity.
Would have been awkward for them. Final number, Kel's dance.
It's raining men or it's aliens.
It's a bit random. A lot of analogies used by Kel in her choreography. Gonna push up out of the ground like a carrot and hold watermelons on your shoulders and stuff.
Yeah. She's got away with words, that one.
This was a tough one to dance on stage too, because so many people running on and off stage and around the back of the stage through the crossover. Sorry, it's quite difficult, but we pulled it off most nights.
No, I think we got it. I think we got it virtually all nights.
Some nights we were late coming back.
A little, but
The audience doesn't know that.
I love the claps with the latex gloves.
Mm.
That was really cool because you wouldn't be able to hear them throughout the whole stage without the gloves. And if the dance just leaves.
I like that Kel had this weird story that was kind of going through it. Apparently we all turned into aliens in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. Like, the wigs depicting the original aliens and then the gloves symbolizing that we turned into aliens. And so the shower caps. It was really cool.
Yeah. How good are the wigs, too? Kel went out and got those herself.
And the person modelling the wigs on the packet looks like Kel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced that it is her.
It's just her wig company and she, like, wanted to get more money. I know, Kel. I know your secret. Oh, and Justin and Dave doing awesome flips.
Yeah.
Not once did they hurt themselves. They were so skilled.
I know.
And a feather duster. Dave, which used very liberally.
He,
It was necessary. I needed my fix. That looks really cool.
Tiff and Marie did an awesome job of singing as well.
It's a hard song.
Yeah, I mean, anyone trying to impersonate a black woman's going to have a hard time. And they did a pretty good job.
Awesome.
This song was also done in a previous review. I think Law Review 2003.
Yeah, fairly
But,
recently.
Again, we didn't care. We had a
And I
fairly
think
original
the fact
interpretation.
we rhymed alien with raining men.
Yeah,
Yeah. You gotta give us props for that.
yeah.
I think we came up with this one in an orgs meeting
Yeah.
via Gmail chat.
Why? Who took off my shirt? Oh well.
Must have been fun on that.
Why question something like that, Nick?
I Yeah. Must have.
And then we got Bowers, which we got our wish. We got Jungle Boogie into the show,
Yes.
which is what we always wanted.
How sexy are those pants?
Yeah, they're hot.
I still have them, and
Yeah?
I wear them to work sometimes.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Granted, the clients think I'm crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because it's true.
Do you also wear the wig?
I didn't have one.
Do you steal some of it? It's not. Look.
They're comfortable pants. I could sleep in them.
Yeah, no.
I
they are.
have slept in
And the
them.
vests are really cool as well.
You could
Those-
sleep with them.
I think this is fun, like, because Squishy's made an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, didn't realize that. Dan making his return as a zombie, and Dave as well. That's great. Running Man.
Running Man.
Sexy
Lights are
lights. Oh,
sexy.
that's so sexy. I think. Yeah, I think this it must have been fun, like, because we got like pretty much everyone
Yeah.
onto the stage for the credits. Bows. Someone holding on to Jane for a bit too long.
Jane
there.
That-
That
Lots-
might
lots
have
of
been me.
sequence.
I'm not going to say it wasn't. There's
Oh,
videos.
VFX. Well
Very
done,
nice.
guys.
Big ups to Craig and the team.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
the
the choreographers. Brilliant.
Brilliant. And the vocal directors, Lockie and Liz.
This is such a fun part of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, even though the show was
There's
over.
James with his shirt off. Going nuts as always.
Oh.
Even though the show was over, like, just the Jungle Boogie just makes it
Tech going
so
crazy.
much fun.
It's a very big tech crew, but they're a lot of fun, so.
Yeah.
Ardo and Ben, their second year as Take Directors of CSE, did even better job than last year, I think. Very few buckets. Very awesome. Our wonderful producers, Piyush, Oleg, and Anu.
A shirtless Anu, the best kind of Anu.
And that's us,
Nick got his shirt back.
It took us like a few nights to actually choreograph the bow for that.
Yeah.
We didn't even think of anything.
It's a bit of a party happening. I like that.
Shirts just off.
Shirts. That's fantastic.
It's the way it should be. Any good dance should end with your shirts off.
No, it's true. And
Well, they were made to come off because they were, Velcro.
they're rippable.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
That's it.
That's. Check out the lights.
I don't think anyone wanted to stop the show on that point because it was our final show. We were just like, yeah, let's just keep this going as much as possible.
Yeah,
And the lights come down very slowly.
Very slowly. That's it.
So that was our show.
The text files.
Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind.
I was going to say buy the DVD, but you obviously already have.
Or
Or
yo,
if not, you're a dirty pirate and I hate you.
if you're watching this on YouTube without our express consent,
Written permission.
I am going to find you and post video responses that aren't very nice.
He's done it before. Alright, that's.
Oh,
Bye.
that looks like some credits. There's a lot of cuts.
Oh, look, there's so many cuts here. I'm just going to post
Oh, he's cut. Oh,
So,
there's a lot of cuts.
I guess we want to say thanks to everybody who was involved in the show.
Yes, God, yes.
All these people listed here did a fantastic job.
Except that one.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's
But
cut.
I can't even pronounce that name. What? The Vegemite? What?
Vegemite.
Vegemite. That's what I said. But yeah, thanks again to everybody. I'm sure we've thanked you all 1,000 times over. But
Cheers.
Yep.
cheers, and
Thank you so much.
and I hope this is watched
At least once.
at least once, and preferably put into a time capsule of some sort that will be opened in 200 years' time, when they will finally discover what the true essence of comedy was back in the 21st century.
And then they'll see Alice and go, shit.
Yeah, I failed to mention that in the time capsule there will be other pieces of comedy such as, Anchorman, The
Oh.
Simpsons,
Yes.
what other
That one
fine.
clone high.
I'm going to put Scrubs in there.
Yeah, Scrubs is
You
good.
put Scrubs everywhere.
I know, but I have to.
A little bit of Who's Line.
A little.
And
David Gann's world.
David McGann's world. Oh.
Cat.
And Colonel Mustard.
Oh my god, I want that. Why was that not done? Fuck it, we're writing that script.
Watch out, Colonel Mustard, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's time to wrap it up.
Alright, we're done. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.